There are many Fatah fighters in Gaza today, but very few who are brave enough to talk on camera. Hamas is back in control and putting pressure on rival Fatah supporters to switch allegiance. But Mohammed Abuloli has been a Fatah fighter for most of his life. He says he's nothing to lose by talking to us. He's already watched as one by one many of his close friends were shot dead by Hamas gunmen.
Our brothers in the Hamas movement have taken all our weapons and told us we can't leave our homes after 9 at night. When the war started with Israel, we bought weapons with our own money to fight Israel. But now Hamas is taking them from us as well.
Outside Mohammed's home, there's still a few posters of his friend Saher that haven't yet been torn down. Like Mohammed, Saher was a Fatah fighter. He was shot dead by Hamas last month for participating in a Fatah funeral.
If the Israelis killed Saher, it would be better for us, because Israel is our enemy. But when someone from the same nationality kills one of us, how do you make sense of it?
Fatah leaders in Gaza have all gone underground. This is the house of Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, who's also the head of Fatah. For 2.5 years, he's not been here in Gaza, and during the recent war with Israel, he never openly criticized Hamas, leaving many of his supporters feeling abandoned and betrayed. But the most vulnerable victims of this political power game are 4 children in Gaza's Al-Shifa hospital. They're all in desperate need of specialist care not available in Gaza. But while the Hamas government has given the go-ahead for them to be airlifted to France, where doctors are waiting, the Fatah government in Ramallah is refusing permission. It says Hamas is using these children to get international sympathy for the people of Gaza.
What we're saying is that the transfer of these children to France is not exploitation of their cases. It's not being used for political means. It's not being used to bolster the Ministry of Health in Gaza or the Ministry of Health in Ramallah.
Amira is 14 years old, and if she doesn't get to France soon, doctors say she'll never be able to walk again.
Please, can they let me go so I can walk? Please, can they open the borders?
As for her emotional scars, no one's even thinking that far down the line. Amira saw her father, sister and brother killed in front of her.
I kept saying, please daddy, wake up. He never heard me. I ran into the house and went to sleep. The next day I woke up and went into the street, but couldn't find anyone to help me.
2 days later, a neighbor found Amira dehydrated and traumatized. Doctors in France may be able to give her a second lease on life, away from political games being played with lives at home. Paul Islia, RT, Gaza City, Gaza.
Meanwhile, the fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, declared 2 weeks ago, has been violated again. Late on Sunday, Israel bombed targets in Gaza, including tunnels along the Egyptian border. After several rockets struck southern Israel and 3 citizens were injured by gunfire, Prime Minister Ehud Olmert vowed to react with disproportionate force. The Israeli Air Force carried out half a dozen strikes targeting Hamas security complexes and tunnels, which Israel says are being used to smuggle weapons into the enclave. No casualties were reported. Israeli leaders are continuing to take a hard line against Hamas as the country prepares to hold a general election on February the 10th.